All right. So I'm gonna start with the swig. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Got to get your Sprite. Keep you right in your daytime. Now, the instructions. First thing I want you guys to do is log into Google Classroom. Once you log into Google Classroom, you'll be at the stream right here. You guys can, underneath here, where it says Tuesday, February 9th, glad you all joined me. Type here in the attendance, and then check this week's assignments in the classwork tab. If you owe for hamburgers, then pay up. I'm kidding, of course. I'm not sure if did you guys grow up watching Popeye? If you guys know the cartoon Popeye, push one in the chat. If you know the cartoon Popeye, push one in the chat for me. Cool. And then underneath that, of course, you'll put your attendance. You just type here, and of course, it says your name. I see who's here. 5 people have taken the attendance. Hopefully, those same 5 have met me over here in the chat, which looks like they have. So once we go to classwork tab at the top, we will scroll down and we'll see murder mystery dichotomous key. Now, here's your answer sheet. When you get this sheet, I want you to open up with Cami. I'm not gonna do it, but you guys can. If you cannot, if you don't have the link to install Cami, push 9 in the chat, and when I get done with the instructions, I'll send you the link. If you don't have the link for the Cami Chrome extension, push 9 in the chat, and I will make sure that I get you the link so that way you can make sure that you have that. Okay, so we go back here. Somewhere you need to put your first and last name, usually in the top right corner with the date and the class period. And then this is the first box where it says known information and physical evidence. When you click on the video, I'm going to show you the video in a second, it's going to give you a bunch of information about the murder crime. And everything that they have, you got to be the detective. You got to write it down or type it in this box. Then here's the person who's actually the victim is going to tell you some information about him. You got to write down the information about the person, the victim. Then it has 5 more boxes for each of the 5 suspects. Of those suspects, they're going to give you a little bit of information. You're going to type that in, and you're going to look at the information about the 5 people, and then look at the information and physical evidence, and then you're going to choose who you think is the murderer and why you think they're the murderer. Now, Mr. Jones, where are we going to get this information from? Click right here on this tab, on this link, I should say. I'm sorry. Where it says engage the crime. One dark and stormy evening, a group of people was gathered at an enormous mansion owned by William the victim. A massive storm approached, and as the thunder roared, the power went out. During the 10 minutes of extreme darkness, a blood-curdling scream rang out. When the lights came on, Mr. the victim was found dead in a pool of his own blood. The police came and immediately spoke with each individual. Move on to the next session to discover what happened next. So this is where you'll watch this video. Let me see if I can make my screen a little bit bigger.
Case number 14780. The murder of Mr.
So when you click here, it's going to tell you at the very beginning.
The mansion of Mr. William.
This part right here at 26 seconds, all of this is what you would copy into your first box, where it says known information and physical evidence. This is the known information. This is the physical evidence. You will type this into your first box, and then all the information that you get about each individual suspect, you'll relate what you know about each suspect to this. And then you will, from there, after you have all 5 suspects, then from there, you'll see who actually did it. I'm going to stop right here. Who has a question about the instructions? If you have a question, push 3. If you do not have a question, push 7. Richard has 7. Brissa pushes 7. Waiting for Lego and Christian to push 7. Lego, you still there? You understand the instructions?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to stop recording at this time.